The reselling of clothes and shoes has become a large business in the past few years. As brands like Supreme and Nike's apparel sells for thousands of dollars on the secondary market, companies like StockX have thrived in this new resale market, while also causing some controversy amongst resellers. StockX, one of the leading companies of resale mediation, is a website where someone can buy a product, find it on StockX, accept a bid, and then ship it off to the given address. StockX has given stores a run for their money, often leaving stores with unmatchable prices and a system that pushes the price lower and lower. Some stores still have been able to succeed, such as Flight Club, Round 2, Urban Necessities, or even Index PDX, all of which have been able to thrive in this crazy resale market.
My name is Nolan, and I'm 17.
My name is Michael Nguyen, one of the owners of Index Portland. So we're in a small market. Before we opened in 2013, myself and T, the other owner, we would travel to like New York, LA, and check out all the stores, all the other consignment stores. We kind of took away what we liked about them, took away stuff that we didn't like about them, and then kind of turned it into a store that we would like. So being in a smaller market, obviously we're not going to push as much shoes as we would, like say we were in LA or New York, Chicago, Miami, because the population there is just tons and they have more access to more inventory down there. But for us, we get more of the rare shoes because Portland, obviously we're known for having Nike here, having Adidas here, so we get a lot of the rare stuff in. So when people come into our store, they're looking for the rare stuff that these other stores may not have. So I would say being in Portland, one, you see probably the most rare stuff you can see in our store. Two, our prices are a little bit better because one, we don't really have sales tax here, and a lot of people just get plugged out here. Benefits of having a local store is like, compared to online, is that people get to come into our store and get the full-on experience of what we have in store. Not only communicating with our staff and ourselves about just the sneaker world or anything in general, but they get to like feel the shoes, they get to try them on, they get to check them out. So there's huge differences rather than buying online. One, you can't really, based on who you buy from, it's kind of hard to trust who you're buying from online, especially because there's a lot of like fake shoes floating around. So you get the benefit of seeing the shoe actually in person and in hand. So those are one of the bigger benefits.
Usually when you go into a store, they kind of have a price set, and sometimes they won't even accept your product if you don't like want to sell it at that price that the store wants to sell it at, because the store wants to make that money and wants to get that product selling and going through, versus like stock or goat or grail, you can kind of like choose a price. Even if it's extreme, they'll still accept it. And sometimes, you know, sometimes your product ends up moving at some crazy price, and then from there you can also make more money because the rate is a lot lower. If you want to maximize your profit, like the stores are probably not the best way to do that. The rates, definitely the rates. You can you always have to walk in and ask for a higher price to sell your item, because the store will most likely take 20%, but you don't have to worry about that it's being taken care of, or you know that one day you're gonna get a call and say either your item was bought, or or you just sit there knowing that it's there and you can go pick it up and try to sell it somewhere else if it's not working out. But you can go in there and see if they're if it's just hiding in a pile, or if it's just out front, and if no one wants it, then you can grab it. It's not like where you have to send it off to another place and know that you can't get it back.
Some of the benefits buying online. I would say we can reach obviously a broader market. We can reach people that are in more rural areas to where they might not have access to these shoes, even though there's a lot of, you know, online is huge right now, right? With like the sneakers app and Foot Locker online and stuff like that. But people usually strike out with that stuff. And then also there's not a lot of local stores nearby where they may live. So having an online presence and knowing that they're purchasing it from an online store that actually has a brick and mortar store kind of legitimizes the store even more, just because we have a brick and mortar. So StockX has really came into the market the last few years pretty strong. It gave the consumers a way to feel like they're all resellers. Everybody's a reseller nowadays. Before it was like a niche community to where like people come to us for advice and stuff like that, and they still do. But StockX allows the average consumer to feel like they have a stake in the game. So they have, you know, they can compare prices to us, compare prices to StockX, and make a decision on which route they want to go.
StockX is it's not really for the reseller, it's more for the consumer. Consumer is trying to get the lowest possible price out of and so you can make a bid, and usually that lowers the reseller's price. And then if there's more, if it's a competitive market, then another reseller will come in and like try to beat out the lowest, you know, and it will just continue going down and down in price. It's not really resellers. Like StockX is known for like kind of running down the resellers game, because then you can go in the stores and you notice that the stores are selling kind of like higher price, like this product for a higher price, and you could ask yourself like, why not go with StockX and kind of stuff like that. And now I think today with I think there's more people looking into buying hype items or like limited edition items, that there's more product being made, and as of that, you know, prices are going to go down because there's more stock in that.
So we do get that a lot, to where somebody will come in and like, well, StockX, I can get it for cheaper, da da da. And we like to be competitive in that nature. Obviously, sometimes StockX, they have like really low prices to where we can't even match, because they're going straight to the consumer, pretty much. So that has affected the shoe game in general. But in the overall grand scheme of things, like I guess it's better for the consumer because it allows for them to have more access to harder to find shoes.
Overall, StockX has really changed the resale game. As more and more people look to profit, they also look for the easiest way to make money. But I believe stores like Index PDX are still going to be here for the long run. Over the past few years, the reselling of clothes and shoes has really come into the spotlight. As brands like Supreme, Yeezy, and Nike continue to grow, so do their items' prices on the second market. Some regular items even reaching up to $15,000 to $20,000. For example, the Nike Air Mag, the undefeated Air Jordan 4, the staple SB Pigeon Dunk, the Nike Kobe 3/8 Jordan Pack, the Supremes times Roma suitcase, the Cause times Dior companion doll, the Supreme times the North Face jacket, and the Supreme Fender guitar. With these prices comes crazy lines, waits, and ways that people obtain these certain products. Certain resellers have recently really broken out into the scene, such as Benjamin Kicks, a teenager who broke into the spotlight through making millions of dollars selling shoes to both celebrities and people around him. Alongside Benjamin are stores like Round 2, owned by Sean Witherspoon, Chris Russo, and Luke Frazier, very profitable places that buy your items right from you then and there, giving you your payout right when you walk into the store. Unlike Stadium Goods, a store that used the consignment method, making it a longer process for a seller's payout, but oftentimes higher payout. I sat down with two resellers and asked them about how reselling in different ways means different processes, experiences, and profits.